Hey everybody, this week I wanted to show off a deck that was called Infested Shimmerpack. So I went through and I was cleaning out my decks that I have in all of my ranked decks, and I came across this one that was given to me by a viewer, oh man, like months ago I think. Before the Tales of Horus Traver, I'm pretty sure. And I thought, this deck actually looks really interesting. I picked it back up again and I started playing it, and the results have been awesome. This deck is really good. I'm liking it right now. It's been pretty fantastic. The one problem that I have with it is that Permafrost has been a little bit of an issue because Tavrod is a problem, Sandstorm Titan's a problem, and I've even seen people teching in uh, the Infinite Hourglass so that all of their creatures get endurance. And obviously, that's pretty bad news for Permafrost. The problem is that there's not a great solution otherwise. You could say, well, just throw in feeding time, but if you do that, you might look at your 4 slot. It's really heavily weighted for 4s already. It makes things pretty awkward. I don't know that you could really justify that. In any case, this deck is all about kind of like the old Elysian Shimmerpack strategies. So you're going to be trying to ramp out a bunch of tokens. You're going to get things like Marisen's Disciple that make 2 creatures. You're going to play the Humbug Swarm that will make 3 Humbugs. Scouting Party is obviously one of the best solutions for this kind of a deck. It's just fantastic in how many creatures it just pumps out. And if you have things like Xenan Obelisk, then it gets really ridiculous because you can have, say, 6/3/3s or even 6/5/5s if you have double Obelisk. You want to use Initiates of the Sands to pump up your power really quickly to get to that 4, and also to get to 8 when you have the Obelisk out. The cool thing about this deck is that it does have some sweet tech in. A lot of the times you throw away a ton of your tokens, right? You might be attacking through Blister Sting Wasp or something against the Xenan mid-range list with your Humbugs, and you're losing Humbugs every time, but you want to still chip in damage. Well, this deck can kind of sustain that because it has Torrent of Spiders. So you want to get a lot of your creatures into the grave as well, so you can just buy them back as spiders instead, and continue to get a whole bunch of value. And it'll re-trigger things like Vault of the Praxis. And of course, then your big finishing move is the Shimmerpack. So you just get to transform a bunch of your tokens into 4/4s and smash through their ranks. Real nice and easy. Deck's really powerful. It's been working really well for me. I've had a bit of trouble getting some shadow sigils. I just now cut a primal for a shadow before I started this video, so I'm hoping that that'll help out a little bit. I might need to cut some more cards to put in, say, like some Seek powers, just because I have been having a little bit of an issue getting enough power. I haven't been playing it so long that I think that it's a major problem. It could just be a little bit of a hiccup in the last few games, but I would keep it in mind, and if you are having trouble where you're not getting enough power every game, you might want to cut some cards to put in some more power. Praxis Displacer could be a cut for a little bit of extra, like, Seek power, but Praxis Displacer has been surprisingly good for me. I was talking about, like, Sandstorm Titan or Tavrod being a real problem, but, man, there's so many games that I've had where I start out pretty aggressive, initiate into Amber Acolyte into like a Disciple, and then they play Tavrod, and you just displace it, and you smash them for 7 again, and then they go, okay, well, fine, play Tavrod again, displace it again, smash for 13. It's like the game's over. It's so good against those kinds of decks. So I've been really enjoying the Displacer. It does seem like one of the weaker cards still. It's certainly possible to take it out to make it a little bit more consistent if you're really having a lot of power issues, but I wouldn't cut all of them. It's been a surprise standout here. In any case, let's get to some matches.